Over 2 decades and multiple generations. But still, whenever a new Pulsar comes into the market, it sizzles up the Indian two-wheeler space. I've been a fan of the Pulsar since it was first launched in 2001. That round headlamp streetfighter look was unmatched. But that was a teenage boy lusting. Now a professional, and having been in the business of reviewing motorcycles for a while, I have never really been completely satisfied with any new generation of the Pulsars. Though we did not get to ride the latest generation N250s, we tried the new platform in the form of the Pulsar N160. Now, you must be thinking why Bajaj introduced the N160 when the NS160 was already and still is in the market. As per the company, the N160 is an all-new motorcycle which is developed from scratch and is quite a bit different from its NS160 sibling. Before the ride, Bajaj told us that it is an entry-level sports bike and should not be considered as a premium commuter. So let us test this claim. To start with, it definitely looks interesting. And why not? Because style has always been a USP of Pulsars. The N160 is no different. It is based on the N250 and both share the platform and design as well. The dominating front gets the transformer-like pattern with a central projector headlamp and twin LED DRLs. And that is followed by a very sporty fuel tank and tail section. So there is that sporty feel intact with this generation, and the overall quality and finish levels are also largely good. Based on the Pulsar N250, the N160 gets more premium equipment compared to the NS160. And that includes wider front fork and larger disc brakes, which are surely going to be a big advantage when it comes to ride and handling. So expectedly, the N160 is blessed with high-speed stability and sure-footedness around a corner. The ride quality is quite good, but a mild firmness in the ride can be felt at the rear. We were riding it with stock preload setting and think that the ride quality should improve once the preload is suitably adjusted. Even the riding posture is quite good and comfortable even with a flattened handlebar that actually gives a little sporty feel while riding. As for the brakes, the Grimicas are my new favorite in the segment. This new caliper setup offers stronger bite and progression with more than enough feedback through the lever. It was raining cats and dogs during a ride, but what else can be a better condition to test a motorcycle with dual channel ABS? And we were quite impressed with the sporty tuning of the ABS because it instills confidence and you don't get those irritating early interventions. Now coming to the most impressive part, its engine. The Pulsar N160's engine has nothing to do with the existing Pulsar NS160s, and the new long-stroke motor has been developed alongside the Pulsar N250's motor. It gets a simple 2-valve head and makes about 16 horsepower and 14.7 Nm of peak torque. Now these figures are not class-leading, although quite close to the motorcycles at the top of the segment. But what is more important is that the 14.7 Nm torque output is available a bit early in the rev range at about 6,750 rpm. So what you get is progressive delivery and good traction in low and mid-range. It is between 4,000 and 7,000 rpm where you feel the sweet spot of the motorcycle to be. And we can definitely say that this is the most refined Bajaj engine that we have ever experienced. While the engine is sporty enough, the 5-speed gearbox is quite relaxed and you do feel the need for a 6th gear. But otherwise the ratios work well in city riding conditions and the shifts are slick. In the real world, the engine is delightfully smooth, packs oodles of torque and has decent top end punch as well. When it comes to features, the Pulsar N160 gets an old school dash with an analog tachometer with an LCD screen that displays a plethora of info. Though it is not as advanced as some of the rivals in the segment, the analog tachometer gives a sporty feel and the setup is quite informative and easy to read as well. So we don't actually have any kind of complaints here, but it can be a good idea to have a connectivity suite as an optional extra. Rest of the features list is quite on point with the segment, and the N160 is spec'd very well in terms of equipment. So, the all-new Bajaj Pulsar N160 certainly makes an impression. It handles well, ride quality is good, brakes are superb, and the engine offers a level of refinement not seen in any entry-level Pulsar before. And the company claim is quite right. It actually has a sporty intent and also has been priced in line with its sportiest rival, which is the TVS Apache RTR 164V. But should we also think of it as a premium commuter? A definite and a big yes to that.